It begins. Alright. So, today we're playing Overlord, as requested by Calliope Ranis on the Patreon. There's a mouse in the middle of the screen. Get out of here. We're playing on a computer. I played some amount of this game when it was brand new on the Xbox 360? Probably? I believe so. Subtitles already on. It looks like there's not a lot of settings, but actually you choose the game's render resolution and texture, graphics, whatnot quality before you launch it. And then you can customize a few things in split screen. Right, Overlord had co-op, didn't it? I think. I don't think that comes up very often. But this is basically like Gremlins crossed with Pikmin.
This one! It's him. Rub some acid in his eyes. That'll refresh him. Come here. Oh. Master, evilness truly suits you. Let us go forth. There are nefarious deeds to be done. I feel the land quaking with fear already.
And so it begins. One brief little intro and then it starts.
Minion master and devoted servant of darkness.
So playing with a controller, because as far as I'm aware, that's what it's designed for.
And your muscles will become limber again. You have been asleep for... This cavern is the spawning pit, sire, where new minions are born and live. Now you are here, you can call forth minions from this minion gate.
The game's running. Like, no issues so far, which is a little bit of a surprise because it's like a decade old, I think.
Ah, look at those keen little evil faces, ready to loot and pillage at your command. Let us continue. Follow me if you wish to study the finer points of combat and minion control. Of course, if you want to get straight to the smiting, then I shall meet you in the throne room upstairs.
I could get just right to it, but I just straight up don't know the controls.
Minions will follow you wherever you go, Master, unless you give them a task.
So you press right trigger, they go charging forward. Yeah, it's a bit Pikmin-y. You have a bunch of dudes running around following you, and you kind of just sort of mob them on people, and you get different types as the game goes on, and you want to bring different groups of different types with you in a different army composition and so on. As a result of how it's controlled, since you can use the right stick to control the minions themselves, you don't have any camera control as a result. But generally, I've heard the game's controls are worse with keyboard and mouse.
Being Overlord is more than just throwing a few fireballs and causing chaos. Proper evil takes skill and maybe, well, just a bit of mayhem. I think the Sleeping Beauty's a little rusty. Oh, our jester, sire. I really should have nailed him out for the crows long ago. Teach him to respect his overlord. Stop! You're tickling! You're tickling!
Meanwhile, I'm beating him with an axe.
Don't hold back.
I'm gonna learn you some respect by cleaving thou in twain.
See? It's all coming back now. Evil is not something you just forget. Come on, you that's it! Now you've got him!
Camera controls, now he's extra doomed. If he was capable of taking any damage at all, at least.
Maybe don't smell as good. He's out of your reach, sire. Use your minions to shut his flapping mouth. Oi, Tubbs!
He's out of my reach? Is the Overlord too much of a loser to go across a beam? Alright, well, get him.
Oh, it warms my black heart to see them running about the place, trying to rip each other apart. Oh. Call your minions back, Master. All of them. Oi, Mr. Overlord, show me some evil. If you need your minions to follow a complicated route, then you must sweep them through it.
Here's the controls. There we go. So if I want to get all the way to there, I had to get there manually, which is why you don't have camera controls in this game. It's because you need to steer them like this. And the number over their head tells you how many are actually currently attacking them.
Sweep your minions after him. Bet he'll whittle himself silly.
Ah, he ran on. Alright. Really want me to redo it. There you go. That's what you want is 3. He kind of started running away sooner. Oh, wait, could I have gone that way?
You're ready, Master. Accompany me to the throne room. Evil deeds won't do themselves. Feel free to beat him further if you wish.
Feel free to continually beat him. My character cannot be in more of a try-hard mode visually than, like, it's not possible. Full-on Witch Doctor. I mean, Witch King? Yeah, Witch King from Lord of the Rings.
Your throne room, sire. Alas, one cannot be a bastion of evil these days without wretched heroes lining up to prove themselves. That last lot were particularly bothersome, killing your predecessor like that. Still, you're here now, sire. Evil will always find a way. They also looted and destroyed much of the tower. But it's merely a setback for the forces of darkness, sire. You are our new Overlord. Rebuild your tower, punish those so-called heroes, and re-establish a dark domain. This is the tower portal, sire. Sadly, it's missing its power source, the tower heart. However, there's still a tiny bit of energy left. It's just enough to transport you to the last known location of the heart. When you're ready, sire, step through the gate. I shall meet you on the other side. Salutations!
There we go. This is the... You shut up. Stop it. Stop making sounds. Wow. Damn. That's a kick. Alright, this... Oh god, he's gonna keep following me and yelling at me. No. I am powerless in my own domain. This game has the most bizarre story, because inherently, you would think the imps and whatnot are super disposable, because they're basically the Pikmin of this game. And yet they seem to run this place, or at least this guy does, because, like, I'm disposable as the leader, which is the weird thing. The last leader just got killed, and they just rip another one out of the pile of corpses. It's like, you're our leader now. See how it goes this time.
This tranquil wilderness, so rural and idyllic. Hideous, is it not? Try not to inhale it, my lord. You can summon your minions from these gates. They are ancient arcane links between your tower and this land. Currently, you can only summon browns. You must find the other lost Minion tribes before you can summon them. Perhaps we may recover some of our looted tower objects in this lush, verdant abomination. Brown minions are your main fighters. They will happily die, so you don't have to.
They will happily die, so you don't have to. So So there's the other 3 minion summons. There's a blue, there's an orange, and there's a green. All we have is browns.
These fluffy creatures barely know they're alive, but you can still harvest life force from them. Remember, life force equals minions. Return to the gate to call more to your side. Good, sire.
Okay, so...
All they do is chew grass until something kills them.
all they do is chew grass until something kills them. What a takeaway. Alright. So that's the cost here, is that if they die, I need light to revive them, to summon more of them. So there is a currency here. I can't just infinitely run back and buy more of them.
Pointless creatures.
That means that combat has stakes, because if I run out of all of them, I'm in trouble. Can I get down there? No? I think you need to have like a water minion or something in order to get in the water. How else could I carry that object that's in like a little water? Obviously they need to be water elementals. It only makes sense.
These urns ahead may yield something beneficial. There's nothing minions like more than breaking things. Well, apart from killing things.
Oh, the pot noise. So I believe, oh yeah, I just got a little helmet out of that. So he got gear, essentially. I think that's what the percentage was how strong the army is right now. So I made the assumption that the game has worse controls with keyboard and mouse, and that's partly because I did play another Pikmin-like game in the Let's Try series a year or two ago. And, oh boy, it was actually miserable with keyboard and mouse. This control scheme is so inherently designed around the idea of taking the RTS premise and applying it to controllers. So being a controller-friendly RTS is like the whole reason it exists. So it's just kind of backwards to then go back to keyboard and mouse with it.
Strength in numbers. Use all your minions on that pillar, and they will work together to...
Oh! Halflings took over my farm! Tied me up in the sun to scare the birds! Now, those pumpkins are plotting against poor Bob. They want revenge for all the pies I made, and the soup, and the jelly, and the ice cream. I hear the pumpkins whispering at night, but I won't leave my farm to the halflings. Oh no, they're worse than the pumpkins! Please help get Bob's farm back. Oh.
Onward!
Your creatures ain't related to pumpkins, are they?
Only one way gonna find out. They're gonna have to fuck.
Pumpkins are screaming. They're scared. Get them! Get them!
Why am I helping Human Boy? I'm Overlord, ender of things.
Even the birds laugh at me.
Fuck it, I'll just destroy his entire farm. That'll make sure that he's completely doomed.
Keep those squeaky things away from me! Keep away!
I've heard about this though, in part because Mandalore actually just made a video about this exact game, coincidentally. And apparently throughout this campaign you weirdly have a tendency to help the good guys against bad guys as like inherent premise, even though it seems like the whole premise is the opposite. Holy crap, that is a tiny doorway. I was gonna say it's because I'm huge, but we're like the same size. I'm like a few inches taller than this guy. What is up with that door size? Are you sure this isn't the halfling's farm?
Well, I'd rather have a wrecked farm than one smothering a halfling.
Hey, stop that.
Tea-sipping, cake-eating type. That showed him. Oh, you better get going, sonny. Well, the path behind my house leads to the village of Spree. Oh, I bet there are more of them fat little demons about, so be careful.
Kill!
Gold! Gold!
Me? Well, I think I'll stay here. Fix me farm. Maybe grow marrows instead. Yeah, marrows don't talk so much. Yeah, that'd be nice.
That guy's like, man, one halfling, he took my farm. What are we gonna do? Then I destroy all of his crops and his entire home and level everything and destroy everything he ever cared about. And he's like, thank you, kind sir, you've saved me.
But do not fear.
What a good day this
Your
is.
weapons and armor are custom forged at the tower. We wouldn't dream of giving you any old steal-me-downs. No, no, no.
I love this little detail. They're all armoring themselves with crap we're finding in the environment. So some of them are wearing pumpkins for helmets, and some of them are wearing scrap from the pots and so on. And they have a stat that's slowly going up. It's another incentive not to lose your imps. Because you can summon new ones if you have the light, sure. But all that gear that they picked up, I believe you will lose. And it's temporary gear just for this particular mission, but you'll do better throughout this mission if you can keep the people that are geared alive. And the longer people are alive, the more stuff they find to equip. It's just kind of beating stuff up in the environment.
In all us evil creatures, you will learn more. The tower heart. The halflings must have used it to grow pumpkins. The little fools. They have no idea of the real power it contains. Clear those pumpkins and let's get it back to the tower.
This game is so talkative that not only am I basically incapable of not talking over it, but it talks over itself and interrupts itself constantly because like another scene will trigger and stuff like that. Ooh, that requires 10. Can't go that way. Ooh. I believe I know where that wall was. Yep, that's the beginning. I remember that. Alright, yeah. Go ahead and take care of it, everybody. Stop that. Okay, everyone come back. There you go.
Careful! Careful!
He was doing the complete wrong thing. So this happens on its own, but here's another very Pikmin-y thing. Not only just the icon of like, here's how many people are carrying it, but it's also like the experience of having your little followers gather in a circle around the heavy object and slowly carry it back to your rocket ship. I mean Tower Gate.
Giblet, I see you pretending to hold it with one claw. Hold your share, Gubbin, you useless sack of pus.
There we go. Can I double my guys now? I would like more guys. Max of 5. I think I have to go back. Yeah. I don't think I can get to 10 from here. I think I need to go acknowledge it.
This is the heart of the tower, sire. It will play a vital role in helping re-establish your dark domain. It will allow you to visit the tower whenever you wish and provide access to all of the tower's resources. And look, it seems to have bestowed a little gift upon you, sire. You can now control 10 minions. Ha! And it seems to have retained one of its spells, the Fireball spell. Robust fellow. Might have known he'd make it. I'll teach you how to use him when the need arises, but I urge you, sire, find more of our missing tower objects. A crane would be particularly handy. Then we could clear the debris around here, open up some rooms. Unfortunately, I am not the evil entity that I once was. I cannot take the feel of lush green grass under my feet and birdsong in my ears. In fact, I think I need to find a dark corner and something to pummel. I shall stay here. The heart will allow me to speak directly to you, sire, and see and hear what you do. Use the gate to return to the halfling domain. Salutations!
Nah, get him away from me. I don't like him. Make him go away. And so we return. And the loop begins anew.
1, 2. Is this thing working? It's a bit crumbly.
Ah.
Can you hear me, Master?
Cool. One thing I was worried about going back was them losing their gear, but they still have it because they didn't die.
Here are rather frisky, so they will have undoubtedly repopulated the area.
There you go.
Call forth some minions and head for that peasant village. Spree!
Halflings approaching, get ready!
Hang on, those ain't our friends. Look at the one with the helmet.
Could be 2 halflings holding up some armour. Yeah, I bet that's it. I don't trust those sneaky little what's-names.
Maybe you're right. Here, prove you ain't our friends and free our men from the camps down the road.
If you are, stay right there so I can get my aim straight. Now that Lord Spree's gone, we're the last line of defence.
We let them in and they'll have us in one of those work camps before you can say tea and cakes.
This is where the Pikmin ability to just pick them up and throw them would come in handy.
Yeah.
Just throw them at the gate and take it out.
Greedy little halflings. Use your firebolt spell on the wheat and roast them like suckling pigs.
You can tell this is a mid-2000s game because it's so talkative that on a regular basis you need to stop moving and sit there for 60 seconds while the dialogue plays. Otherwise, if you walk 5 feet, the dialogue will be interrupted by the next area that triggers another dialogue and another cutscene. That's kind of how just games were for a while. Where they were so densely voice acted at times, but also the dialogue wouldn't like wait in line, so it would just cut itself off instead of like waiting to activate when the other one was done and stuff like that. It's a special kind of headache when you're Let's Playing because you're trying to figure out what to do with that and stuff. But even before I was presenting for an audience, there was still an element of like, should I stand here for a while and experience it? And how often should I do the full standstill? Get them. They do not stand a chance. Speaking of Pikmin, if I ever do get around to playing that game, it would actually basically be blind. I think both Overlord and Pikmin I've only spent like a session with each, I think.
One last thing, sire. Killing innocents, and I use the term loosely, increases your corruption level. This attracts more evil energy, which increases your powers. However, this is rarely suitable for establishing a long-term evil plan. That requires people, living people. Gratitude comes with its own rewards.
Get him! Get him, 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 get him. Yay. Hey, stop that. This game's like, are you sure you want to kill all of the good people? You should just subjugate them or something. Although by subjugate they most seem to mean you should do a bunch of nice hero quests for them. It's a little weird how much I think the game seems to want you to be nice to all of the people. I wonder when exactly it establishes any kind of evil plan, or if you are just being evil for the sake of it, basically. I mean, if you are just being weirdly good with the backhanded premise that it's because you're evil, but maybe not actually an evil part happening.
This is an arcane blood pit, sire. You can sacrifice minions here to regain your own health. Have no fear. Your minions will gladly die for you. They're very loyal.
They're very loyal. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Oopsie. I meant to pull them out. There we go. We lost a couple of them finally. But yeah, oh wow.
I haven't seen one of these in years. They allow you to sacrifice your minions and replenish your mana.
I'm not sure what it is, but I think when I played Overlord and Pikmin as a kid, like, I think both of them just didn't click for some reason. So I didn't play past like a session or two. But they're so intensely memorable. Oh. Yep, they can't swim, even a little bit. Like, I can very instantly, despite limited exposure, recognize the connection between them, and also, like, notice when I play a completely unrelated game that is clearly taking after Pikmin and stuff like that. Because it's like, oh, look, those are all those hallmarks that are burned into this, somehow burned into my brain from a very limited exposure. And I think it's just because the formula is so different and strange. This weird controller-oriented, like, real-time combat kind of RTS thing, but really, really, really light.
They're throwing rocks. Primitive.
I'll show you rocks. There we go. You're killing my minions. I don't take kindly to dead minions. Thankfully, I can just rip their essence out. Your living essence. And then they're screwed.
Look, sire, a wheel. Your minions can turn these and, well, what might happen?
I don't even need minions. Freaking solo this shit. I got this.
Make sure you take a full set of minions with you. Halflings might be short, but they're tough.
He's complimenting the halflings. I think it's time to get a new overseer. Or whatever he's called. Oh hey, gold. How dare that bag only have like 3 coins in it? It's false advertising.
I hear the bleating of lesser creatures, my lord.
I hear the bleating of lesser creatures.
For you.
What a line. All they do is chew grass and die. There should be a lot less debate about the idea of a soul existing or not if people died and just plopped out a little orange orb. Just falls out on the ground. Like, oh. Huh, there it is. Well, I guess we can stop debating now. Slave camp? Where they keep the slaves. Ah, so there's a summoning point where I've got enough for 20 more, and then there's another teleport spot. So we've started a new level. This is a pretty game. Some aged visuals, but the design's nice. It's all eye-catching and neat. Die! You don't get to give me a quest or whatever you were thinking of doing. Just die, human. I'll show you, slaves. Don't worry, everybody. The Overlord's here to free the slaves from their mortal coil. Hello. This is just back where that's back where I came from. It was just a slightly harder to spot path. Wow.
For you.
I wish the game... I want to turn that sound off. So here's this... It makes the sound every time I use the right stick. Just really unnecessary. It's like... whoosh, whoosh, but I'm just like moving my guys around. It's like so out of place. It's such a weird choice. Get him, get him, get him! Get him! Okay, I need to do this at least once. Game? I don't think there's a way to look at your map. Your, even your hotkeys. Shit. I wanted to shoot a fireball, because I haven't yet. I'm like, I should really do a fireball at some point. Ow, stop that. There we go. Yay, I found the fireball button. Screw you. Haha. Alright, now I've actually fired the fireball. Very strong, as it turns out. Shouldn't have thrown rocks. Calling attention to yourself. This is a bad time to call attention to yourself. There it goes. And I can't stop it. It feels natural to move one character with left stick and right, and the other character, the mob with right stick, and just always do that. So like I'm befouled by continuous sounds because even when I don't need to, I keep telling them where to go. Like they'll follow me, but I'm walking around randomly and I'm still going constantly.
They've got a big old troll guarding them.
Don't worry, you're also not gonna get to be freed. I'm gonna kill all of you.
Help you slay the brute.
Oh. Oh, you'll die for me. That's convenient. I guess I'll stop killing you for a moment. Help me kill the brute, and then I'll kill you. Sounds like a good plan. Here, minions, stay back.
No sense in dying when there are others willing to do it for you. Fear and awe can be valuable commodities.
Wow, you guys suck. Alright, well. They were woefully inadequate, as it turns out. They all got killed by the halflings immediately. Halflings that were more concerned with killing all the slaves than fighting back against me, as it turned out. Funny that. Yeah, they keep giving me checkpoints that I don't need. But hey, I can spawn 37 more if I want to.
Get us out of here!
Oh, I see how it is. That's where we're going with this, huh? My god. Kill it. Just please kill it.
Get it!
I need it to stop living.
That troll ate my brother.
You're killing my friends. Thankfully, you're also about to die. There it goes. Oh, shit. That was not the best time to come back and give me more juice. Okay. Hey there. Hey, everybody. Come on. There we go. Now I've got more. Okay. We live. And the troll dies. I guess I'll let them out. Do I get to kill them all afterwards? It's only fair. After all, they owe me their lives. So I better get to, you know, cash that check. Oh, am I just leaving them? I guess that works too.
Our liberator.
Kill him.
Don't need this train anymore. You take it.
Kill him. My guys won't kill him.
Have your minions bring it to the waypoint gate.
There we go. Kill him. Kill him. This Overlord's not evil enough. He needs to step it up. This is insufficient by my standards. Oh well. That's about all the time we have for today, guys. So this has been Overlord. If you want to check it out, there's a link in the description to the Steam page. It also has an expansion which integrates into the campaign along the way, which I've heard actually is better than the main content, so mixing it in is probably a better experience altogether. There's also a sequel and all that. Thanks for watching like always, guys, and I'll see you next time.